the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong took his one small step on the moon. It was July 20th, 1969. Apollo 11 had achieved the impossible. But for NASA, the celebration was short-lived. They were already racing towards the next challenge, Apollo 12. Just 4 months later, another crew would be strapped into a Saturn V rocket. Their destination, the ocean of storms. Apollo 12 was not just a repeat performance. It was a mission designed to showcase NASA's growing confidence and skills in space. This time, the crew had a more ambitious set of tasks. They would deploy a sophisticated scientific research station. They would explore a different region of the moon. They would even attempt to retrieve parts from a robotic lander already sitting on the lunar surface. This was a bold mission. The stakes were high. The eyes of the world were on them. Commander Charles Pete Conrad Jr., a veteran astronaut known for his humor and swagger, was determined to prove that Apollo 11 was not a fluke. He and his crew, Richard F. Gordon Jr. and Alan L. Bean, trained relentlessly for their lunar rendezvous. They were ready for anything, or so they thought. The Ocean of Storms, or Oceanus Procellarum, is a vast lunar mare. It's a dark, flat plain formed by ancient volcanic eruptions. It stretches over 1,600 miles across the western edge of the moon's near side. Unlike the relatively smooth terrain of the Sea of Tranquility where Apollo 11 landed, the Ocean of Storms presented a more rugged landscape. Apollo 12 aimed to demonstrate the ability to land with precision. Their target was the Surveyor 3 landing site. Surveyor 3 was an unmanned probe that had landed on the moon in 1967. If successful, Apollo 12 would prove that NASA could not only reach the moon, but also navigate to specific locations with remarkable accuracy. This was a crucial step towards establishing a more permanent human presence on the lunar surface. The technological advancements incorporated into Apollo 12 were significant. The Saturn V rocket, a marvel of engineering, had been further refined for this mission. The command module, Yankee Clipper, and the lunar module, Intrepid, were equipped with state-of-the-art computer systems. These systems provided the astronauts with real-time navigational data and enhanced control over their spacecraft. Moreover, Apollo 12 was set to be the first mission to broadcast color television images from the moon. This was a major step forward in bringing the lunar landscape into the living rooms of people around the world. November 14th, 1969, dawned bright and clear at Cape Kennedy. Excitement filled the air as the Apollo 12 crew prepared for their historic mission. The Saturn V rocket, a towering symbol of human ambition, stood ready on the launch pad. Millions watched on television as the countdown reached its final seconds. At 11:22 a.m. EST, the engines ignited, and Apollo 12 soared skyward. The roar of the mighty Saturn V reverberated through the air as the spacecraft ascended through the atmosphere. 36 seconds into the flight, disaster struck. A blinding flash lit up the sky. The spacecraft was struck by lightning, twice. Inside the capsule, alarms blared. Instruments flickered erratically. The astronauts were jolted by the sudden surge of electricity. Conrad, his voice tense but controlled, reported to Mission Control. "Okay, we just lost the platform, gang. I don't know what happened here. We had everything in the world drop out. The lightning strikes had knocked out the spacecraft's primary guidance system. The fuel cells responsible for providing electrical power malfunctioned. The telemetry data being sent back to Earth was garbled and unreliable. For a moment, it seemed like the mission might be over before it had truly begun. The situation was critical. The fate of Apollo 12 hung in the balance." In the tense moments following the lightning strikes, the atmosphere in Mission Control was electric. Flight controllers stared at their monitors, trying to make sense of the chaotic data streaming back from the spacecraft. The situation was dire, but the team remained calm. They had trained for every conceivable scenario, and this was their moment to prove their mettle. Meanwhile, high above the Earth, Conrad, Gordon, and Bean worked feverishly to regain control of their stricken spacecraft. Conrad, known for his cool head and quick thinking, took charge. He calmly assessed the situation and began working through the emergency procedures. In Mission Control, a young flight controller named John Aaron had an idea. He remembered an obscure switch setting called SCE to AWACS that could potentially bring the fuel cells back online. Aaron's voice crackled over the radio. "Flight, try SCE to AUX." Conrad, despite being unfamiliar with the setting, immediately responded, "What the hell is that?" But he trusted his team on the ground and flipped the switch. Miraculously, the fuel cells surged back to life. Telemetry data stabilized, and the spacecraft was once again under control. The crisis had been averted. Apollo 12 was back on track. With their spacecraft back under control, the Apollo 12 crew continued their journey to the moon. The tension of the lightning strike slowly dissipated, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The journey was long and demanding, requiring constant monitoring and adjustments to their trajectory. But the crew, now confident in their spacecraft and their team on the ground, tackled each challenge with skill and precision. After 3 days of travel, Apollo 12 entered lunar orbit. The desolate beauty of the moon filled their viewports as they circled the ancient celestial body. The ocean of storms, their target destination, lay stretched out before them, a vast expanse of dark plains and rugged craters. Conrad and Bean prepared to descend to the surface in the lunar module, Intrepid, while Gordon remained in lunar orbit aboard the command module, Yankee Clipper. The descent to the lunar surface was tense and challenging. The rugged terrain of the ocean of storms required precise maneuvering. Conrad, skillfully piloting the lunar module, guided Intrepid towards their target, the Surveyor 3 landing site. Dust billowed up as the landing engine kicked up lunar regolith, obscuring their view in the final moments of the descent, but Conrad remained calm and focused, expertly guiding the spacecraft to a gentle touchdown. Apollo 12 had landed on the moon. Conrad and Bean emerged from the lunar module and gazed out at the desolate lunar landscape. The gray, dusty surface stretched out before them, bathed in the harsh glare of the sun. It was a scene of stark beauty and profound isolation. But for the Apollo 12 astronauts, it was a moment of triumph and exhilaration. They had overcome the challenges of launch, weathered a near-critical crisis, and successfully landed on the moon. Now their real work could begin. Their first task was to deploy the Apollo Lunar Surface Experiments Package, or ALSEP. This suite of scientific instruments would collect data on the moon's environment and geology, helping scientists back on Earth better understand our celestial neighbor. The ALSEP included instruments to measure seismic activity, solar wind, and the lunar magnetic field. Next, Conrad and Bean set out on their lunar traverse, a planned exploration of the area surrounding their landing site. Their primary objective to reach the Surveyor 3 spacecraft, which had landed on the moon in 1967. This was a moment of historical significance, as it marked the first time humans had encountered a robotic explorer from Earth on another celestial body. The astronauts carefully documented the condition of Surveyor 3, taking photographs and retrieving parts for analysis back on Earth. Conrad and Bean spent more than 31 hours on the lunar surface, conducting 2 moonwalks that totaled just under 8 hours. During their explorations, they collected lunar samples, deployed scientific instruments, and documented their surroundings with meticulous detail. They ventured as far as 600 feet from the lunar module, further than any previous astronauts, pushing the boundaries of lunar exploration. One of the key objectives of Apollo 12 was to collect lunar samples for scientific analysis. The astronauts gathered a variety of rocks and soil, using specialized tools to carefully extract them from the lunar surface. These samples would provide invaluable insights into the moon's composition, history, and formation. Scientists back on Earth eagerly awaited the return of these samples, ready to unlock the secrets they held. The deployment of the ALSEP was another crucial aspect of the Apollo 12 mission. This scientific station, powered by a radioisotope thermoelectric generator, would continue to collect data long after the astronauts had left the moon. The ALSEP's instruments provided valuable information about the moon's environment, including seismic activity, solar wind, and the lunar magnetic field. This data helped scientists better understand the moon's interaction with the solar system and its internal structure. After a successful stay on the moon, it was time for Conrad and Bean to return to lunar orbit and rendezvous with Gordon in the Yankee Clipper. The ascent from the lunar surface was flawless. The 2 spacecraft docked, and the reunited crew began their journey back to Earth. The return trip was uneventful, a welcome respite after the adrenaline-charged days on the moon. On November 24, 1969, Yankee Clipper splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean, concluding a mission that had captivated the world. But the story of Apollo 12 didn't end there. In the years that followed, the mission continued to intrigue scientists and space enthusiasts alike. One particular aspect of the mission remained a mystery: the fate of the Saturn V rocket's third stage, known as the S-4B. This stage, responsible for propelling the Apollo spacecraft out of Earth orbit and towards the moon, had been intentionally sent into a solar orbit after its job was done. For decades, the S-4B was assumed lost in the vastness of space. But in 2002, something unexpected happened. Astronomers observed an object in a highly elliptical orbit around Earth. Initially, they believed it was a newly discovered asteroid. However, further analysis revealed a startling truth. The object was not an asteroid, but the long-lost S-4B stage from Apollo 12. After 31 years, the rogue rocket had returned. Apollo 12's successful splashdown in the Pacific Ocean marked the end of a remarkable mission. The crew, hailed as heroes, returned to Earth with a treasure trove of lunar samples and scientific data. Their mission had demonstrated NASA's growing capability in space, showcasing the precision landing, advanced technology, and scientific rigor that would define the Apollo program. But beyond the technical achievements, Apollo 12 left an enduring legacy that extended far beyond the realm of space exploration. The mission captured the imagination of people around the world, inspiring a new generation of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. It proved that humanity could overcome adversity, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. The quick thinking and problem-solving skills demonstrated during the lightning strike crisis became a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. The story of Apollo 12 became a symbol of human potential, a reminder that even the most daunting obstacles could be overcome with courage, determination, and a bit of luck. The scientific discoveries made during the mission significantly advanced our understanding of the moon. The lunar samples brought back by Apollo 12 provided invaluable insights into the moon's composition, history, and formation. The ALSEP continued to transmit data for years, shedding light on the moon's environment and its interaction with the solar system. The rediscovery of the Apollo 12 S-4B stage in 2002 added another layer of intrigue to the mission's legacy. The fact that this massive piece of space hardware had returned to Earth's vicinity after decades in solar orbit was both surprising and scientifically significant. It provided a unique opportunity to study the long-term effects of space exposure on human-made objects. Scientists were eager to learn how the SIVB had been affected by solar radiation, micrometeoroid impacts, and the harsh conditions of deep space. The S-4B's unexpected return also sparked discussions about the growing problem of space debris. As humans continue to explore and utilize space, the amount of debris orbiting our planet increases. This debris poses a potential threat to operational spacecraft and future missions. The case of the Apollo 12 S-4B served as a reminder of the long-term consequences of space exploration and the need for responsible space traffic management. The S-4B story, once a footnote in the Apollo 12 saga, became a tale of its own, highlighting the unexpected twists and turns that can occur in the realm of space exploration. It served as a reminder that space is a dynamic and ever-changing environment, full of surprises and opportunities for discovery. The lost rocket stage, once thought gone forever, had returned to offer new insights and challenges, adding another chapter to the ongoing narrative of human exploration beyond Earth. Apollo 12 stands as a testament to human ingenuity, determination, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, demonstrating the incredible feats that can be achieved when people work together towards a common goal. The astronauts, the flight controllers, the engineers, and the countless individuals who contributed to the mission's success showcased the brilliance, courage, and unwavering spirit of human exploration. The legacy of Apollo 12 continues to inspire and motivate us today. It reminds us that challenges are opportunities for growth, that setbacks can be overcome with innovation and perseverance, and that the pursuit of knowledge is a journey worth undertaking no matter the obstacles. The story of Apollo 12 is a story of human triumph, a reminder of our boundless potential to explore, discover, and push the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve. As we look to the future of space exploration, the lessons learned from Apollo 12 serve as a guiding light. The mission's spirit of innovation, collaboration, and unwavering resolve will continue to inspire new generations of explorers, driving us to venture further into the cosmos, to unravel the mysteries of the universe, and to push the boundaries of human understanding. The story of Apollo 12 is a story that will forever be etched in the annals of human history, a testament to our enduring quest to explore the unknown and to reach for the stars.